tidings, ladies and gentlemen of the lodge, and welcome back. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be our topic of discussion today, with this video discussing what I believe this game needs to do to be successful. Primarily, what I believe will be most important to its success. Now, obviously we have things like combat, graphics, soundtrack, characters, and the like. And as important as all of those things are, Square Enix has, in my opinion, with the first installment, proven that those aspects will be nothing to worry about when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What I believe Square Enix needs to pull off for this game to be a massive success is the ending. Let's discuss. So let me be clear, I actually love the ending of Final Fantasy VII Remake. The fact of the matter is, so many theories, discussions, ideas, and conversations have sprouted from the idea that fate will be changed and some things will be playing out differently this time around. I mean, that much should have been obvious from seeing the whispers in the trailer, Sephiroth in Chapter 2, and, well, Barret getting stabbed. But anyway, it's worth acknowledging that this ending was in some ways quite divisive within the Final Fantasy VII community. Some fans became worried about the prospect of things being changed, some raising legitimate criticisms, others just wanting to blame Tetsuya Nomura so they didn't have to think too much or research anything. Because, as we have learned from interviews, Nomura was actually the one who wanted to keep this trilogy as faithful to the original as possible, while sickos like Kitase wanted to take liberties. I think both attitudes will prove a solid balance for an optimal, fresh narrative. But mine and others' feelings on this remake and its ending aside, this is where Rebirth comes in. Fact of the matter is, the ending of Rebirth cannot do the same thing that Remake did. That's not to say that it can't end in a twist or in a narrative departure from the original story, but what we need are solid enough implications of where the story is going upon witnessing the ending. What do I mean by that? Well, for instance, the remake ending implies that things are going to be different, but doesn't give us a lot to portray where it's headed. One example of this is that Zack is indeed alive, but in what way is he alive? Is this a new timeline? A new universe? We don't know. We changed fate, but what exactly does that mean? Is Biggs alive in our timeline or universe, or in Zack's timeline or universe, or are both of those one and the same? You see where I'm going with this? I could bring up countless examples, countless questions and speculations. And don't get me wrong, Rebirth absolutely should leave us with a cliffhanger and some questions about the future, but they can't leave us as stranded in the desert, so to speak, as they did with the end of Remake. And again, I loved the ending of Remake, but I only think an ending like that could work in a trilogy's first installment, not for the second installment of 3. I fully anticipate that Rebirth's ending will involve some kind of twist, but it needs to be one with clearer implications than Remake. So again, I just want to reiterate, I absolutely loved the ending of Remake, and I love what they're doing with this trilogy. And at the end of the day, you're never going to satisfy everybody. Whatever Square Enix decides to do, whatever they decide to change, is going to upset or dissatisfy some people inevitably. But I strongly believe if the ending of Rebirth, even if it leaves us with some questions, if the ending of Rebirth can have clearer implications of the series' future when compared to Remake, I believe it will get an overwhelmingly positive reception, or will be more likely in doing so. But at the end of the day, this video, this take is just my opinion. So what's yours? Feel free to drop in the comments below to let me know your thoughts on Remake's ending and Rebirth's potential ending. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more RPG and gaming content. All you ladies and gentlemen, be good out there, be good to yourselves and each other, and I will see all of you beautiful sickos and normies next time.